Right? Now, who are the lawyers of this agreement? Now, this is where the politics slowly emerges. The Port Line Authorities has its own set of lawyers. They have their own set of lawyers, federal lawyers. But the general manager goes and picks somebody from outside. From outside. And who is that? The son-in-law of On Ismail. Then the speaker, or the Selangor State Speaker, who is the UMNO Youth Secretary. His law office was used to draft this letter, draft this first draft, second draft, and the final draft which I talked about. And for these 2-3 documents, guess how much he was paid for? You tell me now, how much he was paid for? How much do you think he was paid for? Take a guess, 100K. You're a very kind man. What do you think, how much do you think this company was paid?
5 million.
5 million. One more try. One more try.
1.5 million.
Sorry? 80 million. Oh, that's a bit wrong. They were paid 3.393 million. For 2-3 documents, they were paid 3.39 documents. 3.9 million ringgit. Don't we all want to become lawyers? Lawyers working for people like these guys? Now, so this is one of the many ways in which they inflated the cost. What I just gave you is the tip of the iceberg. Tip of the iceberg, and there's something that I'm writing right now where I will outline other areas in which it was just inflated to the whims and fancies of the Port Line authorities, namely Hosing Bank. Now, in the Port Line authorities, it's very clearly stipulated that governance mechanisms and transparency mechanisms. That means if you want to do a tender project, Stage 1, Stage 2, Stage 3 is clearly stipulated in the Port Line Authority's bylaws, the Act and the bylaws. And one of it is that you have to have open tenders. You have to have open tenders. Here, there was no such thing called open tenders. It was one person, and even that was a violation. One violation is no open tenders. Government regulations, Malaysian government regulation says that if the government is buying the land from a particular company, that company cannot be the developer of the land. That company cannot be the developer of the land. Clear regulations are stipulated, and this too was violated. This too was violated. I want to share with you something else which is really, in a way, very comical, but tells you the depth of corruption in this country. I'll show you how it is done. I have the letters here to show it to you as well. When it was exposed to the MACC, when MACC was informed that there is no independent quantity surveyor for this project, they panicked. The Port Line authorities, especially the general manager, panicked, and she said, okay, we will appoint somebody. So she got Kuala Dimensi, you can see the what do you call this? This headlines of Kuala Dimensi here, right? Kuala Dimensi. So Kuala Dimensi recommended 4 companies to become the quantity surveyor. This is after reports were made to MACC and Port Line authorities filling a bid, unhappy with this. So they said, okay, let's get a quantity surveyor. Way after the 3rd agreement was signed, way after. So Kuala Dimensi was a turnkey project contractor, recommended 4 quantity surveyors. One is EAB Consulting, MJD Associates, third Total Project Solution Consultants, and the final one is Perunding BE Sdn Bhd. Now this letter, of course, goes to O.C. Pan, who is then the general manager. Now what she does is, she writes a letter to the ministry. She writes a letter to Yang Berhormat Datuk Sri Chong Choi. This is a letter to him. This is a letter to him. Okay? Saying, I'm sorry, I got this wrong. She writes a letter to Kementerian Keuangan. This is the letter. She writes a letter to the Kementerian Keuangan, and she tells the Kementerian Keuangan that I want to appoint these PE guys to become our quality surveyor. Kementerian Keuangan writes back to her and says, minta maaf Datin Paduka, but our recommendation is two other companies, and they list the name of the companies here, it's here. Okay? Now, she's not happy with it. She's not happy with it. So what she does is, she writes to Chan Kok Choi, then the Minister of Transport, asking him to intervene and to appoint BE consultants, Perunding BE Sdn Bhd, as the quality surveyor. And not only that, she writes another letter for Chan Kok Choi, the minister then, to also to Abdul Ahmad Badawi, who was then the Prime Minister. So she writes a letter to the minister and for the minister to the Prime Minister, asking the Prime Minister to appoint Perunding BE Sdn Bhd. Now, of course, the Prime Minister, as we know, is a very nice man, not very intelligent, but very nice. But he approves it. He approves it. My friends, why is hotline authorities pushing for BE, Perunding BE? Because Perunding BE Sdn Bhd is the quality surveyor company for Kuala Dimensi. You see the connection, how it works? And also, the law firm that was used by hotline authorities against the rules and regulations that they have, and the law firm's name is Rashid Azari & Co. And as I told you, he's the Deputy Chief of UMNO Kappa. And why his company was used? Because his company are the lawyers for Kuala Dimensi. Everybody knows this. So, what you are seeing is business politics largely involving UMNO members from Kappa, including the Sumanta Adun and NCA. Now, just for your information, O.C. Pang was appointed by Nautun Lim Yong Sek. And the very last day of his tenure as the Minister of Transport, as a member of the government, he signed documents favoring loans for hotline authorities. And the same thing was done by Chan Kok Choi, and that is why he never stood for elections. And these documents were documents which provided guarantees for Kuala Dimensi to raise funds in the public so that they can be paid for the contracts. Now, in Parliament, today's Sunday, on Thursday, these issues were raised. It was raised by Pakatan Rakyat in Parliament, and I want to share with you what the response was from the Deputy Minister of Finance, who was there to wind up the debate for the government. Please don't puke after this talk. He said, responding to everybody, all the issues that were raised, he said, sebenarnya saya menerima semua pandangan yang diberikan oleh semua yang berhormat daripada Pakatan Rakyat. And then subsequently he said, tapi semua soalan-soalan ini telah saya jawab pada 2007. Semua soalan-soalan ini saya telah menjawab pada bulan Saban 2007. So people got up and said, that's a different parliament, this is a different parliament. And that is when the speaker gets involved and says, these questions are repetitive questions from 2007 to now. From 2007 to now. From 2007 to now, and he almost sent out a couple of Pakatan Rakyat members of parliament who are pushing this issue. It came very close for people to be sent out. Very, very close. And the question is, why are they not wanting to address this issue squarely? Why don't they want to admit that there are lots of mistakes, lots of wrongdoings, lots of abuse of power, gross negligence on the part of the state? Gross negligence on the part of the state was fundamentally responsible in the way this project was handled, and therefore today you and I will have now to stomach, unfortunately, this $12.5 billion increase or bailout.